Hi all, good to be back talking about books that I've been reading. So what happens when England teeters on the edge of civil war, where kings are weak, nobles are ruthless, and ambition is everywhere? Well, that's the world of Stormbird by Conn Iggulden, a gripping opening chapter to the Wars of the Roses. Conn Iggulden is one of the most respected names in historical fiction, known for his Emperor series about Julius Caesar and Conqueror about Genghis Khan. Iggulden has a proven talent for turning dense history into something vivid, human, and compelling. With Stormbird, he tackles 15th century England, a fractured kingdom where power is slipping, loyalties are fragile, and violence feels inevitable. So, what is Stormbird about? Stormbird is less about war itself and more about how war begins. England is ruled by King Henry VI, a man deeply unsuited by the brutality of medieval kingship. He is gentle, pious, and idealistic. And, he has admirable traits, but disastrous in a time that demands strength. As Henry falters, rival factions emerge, particularly the growing tension between the ruling Lancastrians and Richard, Duke of York. So you've got here political rivalries, personal grudges, and reckless ambition slowly pile up until conflict really feels unavoidable. Iggulden takes his time showing how small decisions, ignored warnings, and wounded pride lead directly to bloodshed. So you've got your key characters here, both historical and fictional. King Henry VI, he's portrayed with, surprising sympathy. He isn't cruel or foolish, he simply doesn't belong on the throne, forged by violence. His inability to act decisively creates a vacuum that others are eager to fill. We've also got Margaret of Anjou. Margaret is one of the standout characters here. She's fierce, intelligent, politically sharp. She evolves into a determined protector of her son's inheritance. She understands power in a way, Henry never will. We've also got the Duke of York, Richard. He's patient, calculating, and acutely aware of his bloodline. And what Iggulden does here, he presents him not as a villain, but as a man driven by frustration, pride, and a growing belief that England needs stronger leadership. You've also got William de la Pole, aka Duke of Suffolk. De la Pole is one of the most frustrating and effective characters in this novel. As Henry's closest advisor, Suffolk embodies court corruption, arrogance, self-interest, and political manipulation. He exploits the king's weaknesses to basically consolidate power, accelerating England's collapse into chaos. He's also seen as basically a bad advisor. That's dangerous as we discover in this book. You've got a fictitious character called Derry Brewer. Brewer provides the human, ground level perspective. He's a soldier caught between loyalty and survival. Derry shows how noble ambition filters down to ordinary men. His storyline adds emotional depth and reminds that political decisions always come with a human cost. So we've also got Jack Cade. Those who know the series will know another historical character. He represents the boiling point of the popular anger around the country. His rebellion reflects a society crushed by corruption, taxation, and basically failed leadership. Iggulden treats Cade not as a cartoon villain, but as a symptom of systematic failure. And this is proof that when rulers lose touch with the people, violence fills that gap. So why this period of history so fascinating? Well, the Wars of the Roses are compelling because they are personal, they're chaotic, and, yeah, deeply unstable. This is a world where kings ruled by perception as much as authority. You've got family ties that weapons. Loyalty shifts literally like boom, overnight. And Iggulden captures this tension, basically, of a time when England slowly realised it was heading for disaster and being unable to stop it. So, is there any criticisms of Stormbird? Stormbird. Yeah, Stormbird is, I'll describe a slow burn. Readers looking for constant action may find the pacing, a bit slow at times, but and also maybe the large cast as well. This could be challenging for newcomers. This was something I found in the book, and I was struggling with names most of the time, but after that I did get used to it, but they're my main criticisms really. But why should you read this book? Well, if you enjoy gripping historical fiction, it delivers a different way. It grips you through political tension rather than non-stop battles. Also the complex characters, instead of simple heroes and villains, a creeping sense of inevitability, and historical fiction like this makes history emotional and immediate. You don't just learn what happened, you feel why it mattered. So I'm going to give this a 4.5 out of 5, I think. Basically for gripping historical fiction, I think, Stormbird deserves that rating. I would say it loses half a point only because of the slow pacing and the amount of characters, but gains more. You got the rich characterization, intelligent political intrigue from that period, a vivid, believable medieval England. So if you're willing to invest in the story, this pays off really. It's absolutely worth it. Stormbird is a confident, intelligent, and atmospheric start to this War of the Roses series from Iggulden. It respects the reader, trusts the history, and builds tension with care rather than spectacle. So if you like historical fiction that treats its subject seriously and still keeps you turning pages, Stormbird delivers a place on your shelf. So have you read Stormbird? Is it on your reading list? Let me know, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. As always, guys, happy reading.